If you were to stumble across BoomerNA not knowing who he was, you'd probably assume he was a standard Minecraft streamer, goofy and energetic, always showing a smile, and catering to an audience of hundreds of thousands. Over the past few years, Boomer's done very well for himself. He's quickly grown an impressive following and even been invited to the exclusive Dream SMP. Doing all of this at 21, no doubt many could be envious. Boomer's rise is impressive, but what's more inspiring to me is how he's done all of this in the face of many hardships. Since his youth, he's faced many challenges. With every adversity though, he's not only kept smiling, but tries his hardest to bring joy to others. His rise as a creator is not a run-of-the-mill success story. It's a lesson showing the value of laughing even in painful circumstances. In Boomer's words, it's simple. You just gotta keep looking forward to the next day. Though very young, Boomer remembers learning of the death of his biological father. In an interview with Inside the Streamer's studio, Boomer stated his dad passed away when he was only 5 months old. It was from a sudden heart condition at the age of 24. He learned of this a few years later, barely being able to grasp the idea. He didn't understand the concept of death, but knew that he'd never meet him.
You know, everyone always talked about how nice of a guy he was. Like, I've seen, like, they have, like, tapes of my dad.
Boomer later had a father figure in his stepdad, someone he's expressed love and admiration for. Still, as I talked to him, he noted the large impact his father's death has had on his life. That at the age he's at now, it's something he still thinks about. And that even though it's someone he never met, it's something always attached to him. Throughout school, Boomer had the same energetic personality he shows on stream. The main complaint presented at parent-teacher conferences was how outgoing he was. He was friendly with everyone, talkative, and eager to make everyone around him laugh. Unfortunately, his family moved several times in his youth, clashing with his extroverted nature and bringing out loneliness that was out of his control. As he developed bonds, they many times ended either because of his family moving away or his friends moving away themselves. After a while, this led him to shut people out, for fear of building strong friendships only to step away again. He found solace in another place though. Boomer discovered video games in preschool, sometimes playing his father's original PlayStation 2, and eventually started playing games online. Making friends online was easier. Even if he was moving every day of the year, he could still meet with people and play games from wherever with them. Folks with similar interests were waiting for him in Skype groups and Minecraft servers.
It always felt like I was going to do something with games, like no matter what. Even if I tried to pursue it as a career or not, I just always kind of knew and always had like a feeling that I was going to end up doing something with games.
In more ways than one, gaming changed Boomer's life. In 2012 and 13, a teenage Boomer made friends with several people on MCPvP, a former Minecraft survival server. Using big Minecraft streamers communities, as well as Skype groups set up for PvP communication, Boomer became acquainted with several members of what would become the Dream Team. People like DropsByPonk,
TikTok clip! Get there, but it don't mean or no.
Sapnap,
Put me down.
Baby, let me down, 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 down. Alright, I'm going in another, and then I'm putting you guys down, okay?
and Dream.
Fishing rod. Oh, wait.
I don't think so. Oh, he's picking more TNT.
Wait, bye-bye. Yes! Yes!
We all just kind of like randomly met each other, and our friend groups just kind of like formed together over time.
This went on for several years, but age drew Boomer away from the Minecraft Brotherhood, and his focus shifted to other games, mostly Counter-Strike and League. He excelled at the latter, at one time ranked in the top 500 of North America, aspiring to compete on a pro team. While studying in college, he treaded on the path of a professional streamer, a career he never intended to take, and showed a strong drive and work ethic, oftentimes sleeping early to wake up at 2 a.m. to have a larger audience. But as Boomer took his steps into content creation, many of his old friends took some steps of their own. Steps more like this. That's right. This was when Dream's YouTube channel began to pick up steam, and became one of the fastest growing in the world. With him, personalities such as George Not Found, Sapnap, and Bad Boy Halo began building enormous platforms of their own. As the Dream Team dominated the internet in a way never seen before, Boomer kept streaming League.
I was completely in the dark about Dream blowing up. I found out when I got recommended one of his videos, and I watched, and I was like, what the hell, that's the same guy that I know.
During one stream session, to a single-digit audience, a familiar face in Sapnap showed up in Boomer's chat. a rekindling relationship between the old friends began. It was his friends' next visit, however, that would change his life. One evening, Bad Boy Halo and Puns paid Boomer a visit, just like Sapnap once did. Almost. On that particular occasion, they brought all their fans as well, raiding his channel with more viewers than he had ever had before. In a single night, he gained about as many followers than all his previous years on Twitch. The timing was perfect too. Boomer had lost his desire to play League of Legends, and decided to return to his Minecraft origins and the friendships he made years ago.
I started hanging out with them again, and it wasn't like, we were buddy at first and stuff like that. I had to get to know the homies again and had to let them know that, I wasn't trying to, cloud chase or something, be in it for the wrong reasons, because I just thought that it was cool that all my friends were still talking and being together after all these years.
He was trying to do it for the right reasons, but was still grinding. From there, he began climbing and started making leaps higher than his frog hat. With a natural desire to entertain and taking inspiration from people like Tyler1, he became known for his animated personality and positive attitude. He was one of those as well that showed how powerful other platforms could be to growing an audience on Twitch. Watch this. A pretty silly clip, but it in fact boosted his already far reach by a factor of 7. What's notable though, is how with each viral moment, Boomer maintained people's interest. A common phenomenon is for streamers to receive a spike in viewership when a TikTok goes viral. They tend to go away over time though. With Boomer, the viewers never really went away. According to him, it's because his community has the same energy as that wild TikTok. He had a real community, one with a bustling Discord that could generate enough artwork to fill a library. The community pushed campaigns like Boomer for Dream SMP to trend on Twitter. It was his community that got him invited to the server.
Hey, what just happened? Tell me right now!
Just ask if I'm interested in joining the SMP.
Oh
my god.
I'm so proud of you!
It's incredible to think what was happening during his rise. The rapid ascent as a Minecraft streamer didn't mellow any of his life's trepidations. While still in high school, Boomer began experiencing heart palpitations, some of them lasting an hour or more. Tests confirmed it was the same genetic heart condition that took his father away too young.
It kind of mentally affects me in a sense, and I'm like, oh crap, if I have the same thing and he went at 24, am I going to go at 24 as well? Am I on a ticking time bomb? That affects me mentally sometimes. It always has, and makes me think that my time here could be limited, and what am I going to do with the time that I have left?
On top of the palpitations, Boomer often experienced irregularities with his heart chambers, sometimes having only the bottom 2 functioning. Although his doctors have assured him his heart is healthy, he's had multiple implants installed as a precaution because of his family history. The threat of death at a young age always looms over Boomer.
It really varies with me on how I feel. There are some days where I'm ready to tackle the day and stuff like that, and just look forward to being here on the earth every single day and stuff like that, just kind of taking advantage of it, quote unquote, living every day like it was my last. But there are some days where I'm really down in the dumps, and the health conditions doesn't make it any better, and it can be scary, and it can also be something that I'm like, well shit, I kind of have this thing and I can't really talk to anybody about it because it's so depressing. It's like a life and death situation that I can't really talk about with people because it's oh, don't talk like that, or don't think that way or something like that, right? But it's something that I have to deal with and I have to consciously think about all the time, and so it can be a lot sometimes.
It's no doubt a very difficult road, one that has caused him many hardships. Just recently he had a scare, but still his focus was on being able to talk with those that he loves. With his difficult upbringing and the health condition weighing on his mind, one could be forgiven for wondering how he's able to remain so positive and full of humor.
Oh dude, the thing that keeps me positive is hearing people laugh. That shit's like medicine. Every time I laugh, I always feel good, and every time that I hear other people laughing, it always makes me feel good, especially if I'm the guy that made them laugh too. And so being able to do that, and especially do that for a living, definitely makes it very, very much easier to cope with a lot of things.
He radiates this ideal. enjoying life as much as it has to offer to you. When I spoke with his friend Hannahxxrose, she stated, "I think the biggest impact Boomer has had on me is that he's taught me to let loose a bit and not take life too seriously, to step back and live life in the moment." Apart from being instrumental to strengthening his headspace, Boomer's career as a professional streamer also put him in touch with the ideals set out by his biological father.
Definitely. I definitely take influence from my dad, even though I've never met him. My family talks about him a lot and always tells me stories and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of home videos, and I've seen a lot of stuff about him as well. And, he was just, one of the nicest people that you've ever met. Always talking to people, always, making sure that everyone felt, comfortable and always felt good. And was just like an overall, just a good guy. And so I always hear about all that kind of stuff, and that's always something that, I aspired to be, because I always wanted people around me to, feel better about themselves or feel better about life, or, help improve their day or something like that. And I think with streaming and things of that nature, I think it allows me to boost people's days on a way bigger scale than I ever could have done, before.
Some might not appreciate Boomer's sense of humor. It's hard to challenge, though, that what he's accomplished while facing physical and emotional turmoil is inspiring. As I concluded my interview with him, I asked what advice he would give to a younger version of himself. You could tell that he could have talked about it for hours.
You just gotta keep looking forward to the next day. You just gotta keep looking forward to what you could possibly do tomorrow. That's why at the end of my streams, I always say kick the shit out of tomorrow. No matter what you could have dealt with today could have been the worst day ever, but always look forward to tomorrow. Even if tomorrow is not a guarantee, always look forward to it, and always act like you're going to absolutely tackle that day, because it could be a much better day, and it could make you feel 10 times better than anything in the world has for a long time. And so you always got to keep looking for those good days that are going to come back, because a lot of people are lost in the clouds right now. And you got to keep looking for those sunny days that are few and far between, but when you have them, they're some of the best days that are out there.